Hello friends and welcome to Wasteland Wednesday. Today we're gonna be converting this Mad Mike Drift attack, whatever it's called. It's a fantasy car, yeah? And we're gonna make it into the flyer because I haven't done a flyer in a while and I remember how much fun I had with them. So I was thinking about switching the wheels to something a bit bigger, but they don't fit into this, but those would fit in. So we're gonna get rid of the wheels first of all. And I'm not doing the hover thingy. Oh, come on, brake, there we go. We're gonna be doing just a regular wheeled car. Ah, wow, that always hurts. Yeah, so we're gonna put the big ones on the back and the smaller ones on the front. And again, there is no time to waste. So let's just start converting this thing. Yeah. I would normally throw a montage in here, but I think that we can do it quickly because I did actually prepare stuff, which is weird. Yeah. Now we have this wheel. Plug it in. It's so tiny it's gonna be sitting on the floor, but whatever. And snap. I'm not sure that they are the same size. They are. Alright, let's just... I'm not sure, they just feel like they are different sizes. Whatever. Front window, we're gonna try to put one of those armor panels on. And this is kind of a speed build. So let's see how I gonna do it. That's okay. Sorry about that, I'm a little bit under the weather. I've been sick for over a week and I'm still recovering. Yeah. But there we go. That's another thing. And then we need wings and I already prepared them. So you can see I just glued them together. Yeah. And that allows me to have two somewhat identical wings. I don't know if there is this weird color in between. It was white when I was gluing it together, so don't ask me. And now let's try to do this. So it's going into the groove on the doors. Yeah, and smack, first wing. And then the other. Yeah, we know that this isn't... So with this, you know, entire engine and so on, the speed wouldn't be good enough for this to actually fly. So we need to add an engine. And for that, we have two jet engines, which are basically the super glue caps. So I'm just gonna slap them in here. Like I said, I have a plan. It is a good plan, I guess. So one and two. Let's try this. All right. And then we need to cover this gap because it is an ugly gap. And I know that I had somewhere the button. There we go. There is a volume button from the remote. So we're gonna slap that on top. And then hopefully it's gonna glue without gluing to me. And I failed at that. Alright, this entire engine is kind of a disaster already because it is falling apart. But I'm gonna get this done, yeah? It's just a few minutes and it's gonna dry off. Yeah? I think that the good idea would be to rotate this and just glue this to the wing. Alright. Let's leave it to dry and we're gonna do the top weapon. And we can do this rocket launcher, I guess. So we have this, and now I have those things to cover the side windows as well. We're gonna need to cut it down a little bit. So I guess this much height-wise, and probably this much lengthwise. Let's see. Yep, that actually fits. So we're gonna just armor this. It's gonna be a weird flyer because it's gonna be a very armored one, but I don't complain. It's just a different, little bit different build, you know, than what I would do for most of the flyers. Yep. So let's just cut this and this, and let's go with that. Flip it, stab it, and attach it. It's a little bit crooked, but look at that, very quick. Yeah. And what do we have in here on the recording? Not even 7 minutes, and we have this converted. Yeah, because I spent a little bit of time preparing. So now let's just go and start painting it. Alright, so that's the last one that is going on the painting table today. At least I think so, because I still have a lot of day left. And I may be doing more painting or building cars. So again, a very quick dry brush. This is almost a wet brush, but whatever, it doesn't matter at this point. Just a quick little over brush with the metallics. Yep. Oh, I screwed up the wheels already, even though I wanted to keep them a little bit black. Then the engine needs a little bit of a love. And those, you know, rubber buttons, they are horrible. They lose the paint all the time. But on the other hand, they look so good. So I just keep them. Yeah, this is one of the tools that I never thought that I would be using. And as you can see, I just painted the orange on the front, blue on the black. It was painted with the airbrush. So it's, again, it isn't a cheap tool, let's be honest. Yeah. So it wouldn't really fall as a tool under the, you know, cheap diecast builds. But, you know, I got a new one. The tool is like 30 quid. The compressor is the more expensive part. Yeah. So that's the thing. I did have an old compressor that I used for ages, and I thought that it died, but I did a little bit of a cleaning and, you know, tidying up, and I fixed it. It turned out that it was like a little bit of a gasket, I would say. That's probably the right word in English. That wasn't holding the air, and I replaced it from, I used one from the soap dispenser and fix it. So yeah, I got a very easy and cheap fix, you know, on something that normally would cost me like 80 quid. So yeah, there we go. That's literally the entire paint job. That's probably the fastest paint job that I have done today. Yeah, so let's throw it on the spin table. I haven't done a flyer in a while. I actually have another one that I have to finish that I started ages ago. It's sitting over here, just flying by. Yeah, but I need to pick it up and just finish the paint job on it. I painted it black originally, so I'm gonna have to come back and respray it. But I don't have time for this today. But you know, the color scheme, you know, that orange going into the blue, they are complementary colors on the color wheel. So that means that they are sitting on the opposite side of the color wheel. And generally, very simple build. I just cut the wings out of plastic art. Use those, you know, I really didn't have to even use those armor plates, those 3D printed armor plates, but I use wheels. So, you know, it became a little bit more expensive, but the rest of this, you know, is just pretty much scrap build, which I enjoy. Sometimes I just run out of ideas and I just gonna start adding 3D printed pieces. I literally have maybe those canisters, couple of fuel cans in there, and right now I just have to increase the variety because I haven't printed anything in like 6 months. So it just yeah, kind of sad for my 3D printer. But yeah, it actually turned out very well. So if you like this video, you know what to do: rate, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, family, and whoever wants to watch it. And everyone have a great day and take care. Bye bye.